Balami David joins us from our studios in Abuja. He is the National President, Aircraft Pilots and Engineers. Morning, and thank you for joining us. Has your organization had any meeting, any briefing? What's the comment on this situation now?
Usually times like this, this is a moment of sober reflection, not just for NAPE members, but for the whole nation. This is a time where we need to, sit down and rethink. We have been in touch with our members and we've been talking. But as at this time, it is now time for AIB and the authorities to ensure that the needful is being done.
While you do your sober reflection, I imagine that the association will also be looking at some of the causative factors and how this can be avoided. Has anything popped up yet?
Yeah, I think at this point, if anybody tells you that this is the main cause or this is the issue, I think the person might not be saying the truth. Because when such accidents occur, what needs to be done is what has been done. The emergency response was good. I mean, I think that can stand anywhere in the world. And AIB, we have been in touch with AIB because we are also concerned citizens. As we have always said, our job is nothing but to fly and to maintain this aircraft. And usually, whether there is passengers on board or no passengers on board, whether there is cargo on board or no cargo on board, our members are always there in the cockpit. They are always there in the aircraft, and we are also concerned. And we are in touch with AIB, and the commissioner has assured us that he's going to keep us posted. And I'm very, very sure that the major reason for investigation is to be able to foresee and to be able to have preventive measures in place. And so far, so good, based on the past plane crashes in the country, we can say that we are very, very confident in the current AIB, and we're very, very sure that something good is going to come up very soon.
Well, not necessarily main cause at this stage, because yes, investigations have to go on. But there will be areas that maybe your association or the experts will be thinking, okay, we just may be looking at these areas for investigation. Wouldn't any such idea pop up, and what would they be for you?
As I said initially, as a professional in the aviation sector, I don't think this is time where we should be assuming or be guessing. There are so many factors that can lead to this, but nobody can say this is part of the reason why. There are so many factors such as weather, such as nobody can tell for now until the investigation is being carried out, and completed. Then anybody can speak. Anybody who says anything now, the person will just be guessing or maybe trying to cause more confusion in the system. But I think in this time, we as NAPE members, we have no option, even as Nigerians, than to trust the AIB that have that full responsibility. And you will agree with me that the AIB has improved drastically. NAPE, we were in AIB office, we were in their head office some weeks ago. And I would say we are very, very confident that this time around, in a couple of months, we are very, very sure that we are going to hear exactly what is the way forward and what is really the cause of this accident from AIB.
Now, Mr. Balami, this particular accident is coming, should we say, barely a year after the Dana crash. After the first anniversary of the Dana crash, and a host of Nigerians are worried about the safety of our airspace. Do we have reason to be?
To be very, very honest with you, naturally, people ought to be worried, including ourselves. We are very, very worried, because this is the period where, after the Dana plane crash, we, the operators, the professionals in the sector, we had a meeting with the Aviation Ministry, with the DG of NCAA, and we've been discussing way forward. And just 2 weeks ago, before the DG went to Canada with the Aviation Minister, we had a meeting. And what we're see, just pilots, aircraft engineers, the DG of NCA or the Aviation Ministry or NAMA or FAN is a collective responsibility. And as far as NAPE is concerned, even for our own good, we have always worked with NCAA, and this accident came as a surprise. We never expected it. As a matter of fact, the pilot, based on the information reaching me yesterday immediately after the plane crash, is a senior experienced captain. Even the engineer who released the aircraft, who certified that this aircraft is airworthy for that flight, was even on the aircraft. And the question is, I don't think any of our members will go ahead to fly an aircraft that they know will crash. Or I don't think any aircraft engineer, knowing that he's going to be on that flight, will release an unserviceable aircraft and then join the pilot. I don't think that will happen. Our pilots are well trained. They are certified by NCAA and also recognized by ICAO, that is the International Civil Aviation Organization. Aviation is just one village. There's no Nigerian aviation. There's no American aviation. We all operate the same standard in accordance with the manufacturer's manual. And this is a great shock. Today we've lost our members. We've lost the aircraft engineer who was in charge of that aircraft. And it's a great shock to us. And that is why at this time, there will always be a cause for it. But we know that with the facilities and the equipment, with the cutting-edge technology that the AIB has been able to around, we are very, very confident. All we will say is that we just want to assure Nigerians that we are also always been affected whenever such things happen. And all we can assure Nigerians is that we keep doing our best as people that fly and maintain this aircraft. We will work with NCAA, we'll work with the Aviation Ministry to ensure that we target zero incident and accident in the future. It is very, very possible, and we are going to work on that.
Now, because people will be worried, as you rightly pointed out, because, you know, before the Dana crash, there had been at least like 5 or 6 years in which we did not have any accident. And then barely a year after that, we're having another accident. You did mention that some talks have been taking place. In fact, we have seen some changes at the helm of affairs. Is it something that is still in progress in terms of reforms in that sector, or is it something that hasn't quite taken root yet?
I will say there have been some changes, most especially in NCAA. As I speak to you, after the Dana plane crash, there was a serious overhaul, and it is also still in progress because, I mean, no perfect system. And if anybody tells you that we have attained a level where we are comfortable, where we are okay 100%, I think that person is just lying. I think in every system we have to keep working to develop. For example, we have experienced people now in NCAA. The Director of Airworthiness, Engineer Benedict Adeleka, this is somebody who has over 30 years experience. He has worked in the United Kingdom as an expatriate over there, as Director of Maintenance for an airline. As an accountable manager. He has worked in Aero Contractors as the Director of Maintenance. He has worked in Arik Airline as the Vice President Technical Maintenance. And he has his boys on ground. And I'm very, very sure that we have been in touch with them on a weekly basis ever since this team came on board. And they have been doing a very, very good job. The new DG of NCA, ever since he came on board, before he traveled to Canada, there's no week that he will not sit down with us, the professionals, and ask, what is really happening? What is the way forward? How can we move the industry forward? And we have been doing that. And all we can say is that I just want to plead with Nigerians, with our members also nationwide. The best we can do is to be cooperative with the Civil Aviation Authority, with AIB. At this point in time, if anybody has any information, usually we work with AIB and we give them this information that will help in ensuring that a system is being put in place to avoid future accident. For example, when the AT crashed, it was clear that there was a weather problem. Today, in all our airports, we have been able to plant this alert system to be able to give us signal that this is what is happening in terms of weather forecast. And that is part of the reason why it is good to carry out an investigation. And we don't want to be discouraged. We are confident that this can be looked into and this can be stopped.
Mr.